do you drive around like that all day? High-pitched whistling noise coming from your car. Anyway, welcome to PFlax in the Morning TI10 edition. I have the window open and it's about, let's have a look. It's 8:31 local, 6:31 UK time. There's only 2 hours time difference between the UK and Romania, but I managed to wake up for some reason earlier than I should have done, rather than late. I should have woken up late. We're here in Bucharest for TI10 this year. I realized this was not the plan. You know, the plan was fucking Stockholm. That fell through. Now we come to Bucharest, and the plan has changed from TI's going ahead as normal in Bucharest to TI's going ahead, but we're going to be separated to there's no crowd. So it's just us putting on the tournament with no audience, which is a real shame. I don't think anybody is anything other than just mega disappointed. But I honestly, the moment the tournament starts, everybody's just focusing on the games. I am. All the players are. Everybody's just glued to the games. That's the bit I really want to see, is the games. And they'll be going ahead. Minus a few teams, which sucks for them. God, what a fucking shit 2 years, eh? It really is a real shit 2 years. But I can't remember what I was watching the other day, and it was set. I think it was the morning show. I think it's called that. That thing with Jennifer Aniston in, and what's her name, Reese Witherspoon, where they're like anchors for like a shit TV show. Although it's, you know, it's massively successful, but they're all sort of like, it's that phony, hi, how are you? Good morning, welcome. You know, it's all like, like that. Everything's all fucking perfect. They're brilliant. It's a great show. But anyway, they're talking about 2019 and saying what a crap year it was, and they're looking forward to 2020. They're like, oh, we'll get to leave all this misery behind us. I think we all forgot 2019 was bloody awful. There was loads of crap, fires and shit like that, and just honestly, go look it up. There's just all kinds of dreadful things happen in 2019. But yeah, it's October, so it has almost been like 2020 and almost all of 2021 gone before we finally get a TI. You need a TI, man. You need one. Everybody's saying it. People on the street I walk past, they don't even know what Dota is. They turn to me and they say, are you Pyrion Flax? And I say, yes. I said, I don't even know what those words mean, and I've never met you before. I've never heard of Dota, but I had this dream last night. I said, yes, tell me, brother. Well, sister? And they say, I dreamt that Dota had to happen, or the world would end. And I said, you are correct. Welcome. They had a robe in the room. Quality. The airport ride. it was like 10-minute car drive. It should have been like 20. The lad had his foot down the whole way. But my favourite part is we're going along, and he does this, you know, when he's sitting there on the wheel, and he sees this motorcycle, younger guy with quite an attractive girl on the back, and this guy, the cab driver, is about my age. You can see him immediately thinking, young punk. So he decides that he's going to rev the engine, and the motorcycle guy looks over at him, and this guy's on a bike. It was a Kawasaki, and it had the word ninja written on the back of the bike, and I thought, come on, cab lad, you're not catching him, are you? But as soon as the light like even thought about going green, cabbie's got his foot down and we're roaring away, and he cuts in front of the motorcyclist, who then has to go a lane over and gives us a look, and we're like, we're foot down, and the cabbie's just looking like this. Just looking at the motorcyclist looking at him, and me and his girlfriend on the back of the motorcycle look at each other like, men. He wouldn't let it go. Next set of lights, honks the horn, same again. I was just like, can we, sorry, tap tap, sorry driver, could you get me to my destination alive? Oh, you want to be alive? Oh, fine, sorry, I'll put the alive passenger meter on. Clunk, puts the little flag down, passenger delivered alive. Oh, that rate does go up for that. You know, that's fine, I'm not paying for this cab anyway. I had to buy a mouse. Rookie mistake. I packed everything else and I'm sitting there, and I said to Mrs. F when I was packing yesterday, because I packed yesterday, so I made sure everything was fresh into the bag. And it's like, Heathrow is like 25 minutes, half an hour from my house. Easy flight, bam. You know, I didn't want to be one of those people that packs 2 days in advance, because there's no need. Packing, but I take a long time to pack, not because I'm very careful about packing, evidently, as the story will reveal, but because I need time to sit and think, what have I forgotten? Underwear! You know, I need that thinking time, and I can't write it down ahead of time because I hate checklists, so I need just time to sit and think and allow my brain to catch up. And it's sort of, my brain is like, imagine if you had, I'm not going to make out my brain isn't impressive in any way, it's not, I'm just saying, you know, if you had sand and you were filtering water through sand and it takes time to percolate through the different strata, if you have a need for an idea at the top of my brain, it has to go through the spongy strata of my actual mind before it filters out the bottom as ideas, thoughts, plans of action. So I need a good long time to think about packing, and I'll suddenly be like, laptop, yep, laptop, and I'll go get that. Nail clippers, you know, that kind of shit. I just need some time to think. So yesterday I was sitting there, I was thinking away, and I thought, pack my mouse. But I was using the computer, so I thought, I'll do it last thing, just before I go. I'll unplug my mouse from my computer and I'll bring it with me. I forgot. So I had to buy one at the airport. Let me tell you, I was amazed, first of all, that you could buy a mouse at an airport. And I'm talking about the animal. I'm talking about oh, we have a laugh. Oh. And I had to buy a headset as well. And what else did I buy? Oh, a bottle of whiskey. Recognize that mug? TI, I want to say 6, maybe 7. I want to say 6. Shout out to Silent. I brought my own tea this year. That was I reckon that laugh was meant to be the, and believe me, this is a hypothetical from Office Space. I watched that the other day. It's weird how certain films have caught on, isn't it, as like cult movies. Office Space, Super Troopers, those are both American examples. I think in the UK there are examples of that, but when I think of cult movies, I think of American cinema that didn't make it big, but subsequently people really liked. There's a ton of them. There are some films that are called cult movies that aren't cult movies, they're just fucking bangers that people were too stupid to get the first time around. for me, what makes a movie an actual cult movie is it's not actually like the sort of movie that was ever going to catch on. It was like it was made for some friends, like-minded friends. Office Space is an example of that. A lot of people would not like that movie. Whereas Assault on Precinct 13, which is sometimes considered a cult movie, I don't think it's a cult movie. It was just a low-budget movie. It's very of its time, made by I think it was John Carpenter's. I want to say it was his first. Was it his first feature length? I have the window open for some Bucharesti vibes. You can complain all you like. I don't give a shit. I'm having it open because I can vape out the window because I'm right next to it, and I'm a fucking rebel. And I'm sure I'll get a knock on the door. Pyrion, can't vape in the room. But when you get to my age, you just go, oh, all right. Well, whatever. It's water vapor, and I'm blowing it straight out a window. Get Mr. Radisson to write me a letter.
Dear Mr. Forsyth, this is from the desk of Mr. Radisson. I was disappointed to note in your latest international vlog, or whatever they're called, that you was smoking in one of my rooms, one of my bedchambers.
They probably don't call them rooms anymore, do they? They probably call them customer pods or some shit.
One of my so-called customer pods. I noticed that you were smoking in the room. This is clearly against the rules of the hotel.
It's not a hotel, it's a hotel. You know what I mean? One of those guys.
Mr. Radisson calls it a hotel.
I'm a little tired. I'm just talking worse bollocks than usual here. Valve gave us a really poggers, as the kids say, or my kids say, hamper. Loads of shit in it. Let me show you guys real quick. I'm going to show you the things that make sense, and then the one thing that doesn't make sense in the hamper. Actually, the two things that don't make sense. This is just a small selection. We've got cantuccini cioccolato. Yes. Lid ice chocolate. La Gemme by Bergani. Truffe Fantasy Original de Belgium. Voyage Paris Love Adventure Chocolate. And Lindt Latte. The two objects that do not make sense. A panettone. I'll be honest with you, I fucking love panettone. How am I meant to eat this? In my hotel room? What do? I don't have plates. I don't have a knife or any butter. I just have a panettone now. And I love it, but foie gras on panettone? Question mark? Doesn't really go. And some people like panettone's delicious, but foie gras, they make that by, they're really cruel to geese. They tell them they're never going to amount to anything, and they charge them really high rents, and then they kill them and eat them. Let me tell you something. You're going to eat the animal anyway. Why not force feed it? Then make it more delicious first. And I think it's a good life for a goose that's going to be eaten, to be stuffed full of grain, to literally have a tube put down its throat and grain pumped into the stomach. It's going, it's just like,
no, you will take the grain. It makes your liver more delicious.
Bon, très bon, France. Well done. I love it. Guilty. That's just literally a small selection of things in the hamper. It's all sweet stuff. I don't really have a sweet tooth. My ideal hamper would have been, and I'm not having a pop valve, I'm grateful, I'm just saying, selection of delicious cheeses, some breads, some crackers, some cured meats, 3, 4 bottles of wine. I'm thinking 3, 4 dozen bottles of wine, and about 80 cans of cider, and a couple of jazz mags. That would have been a welcome. That's a hamper. And on that bombshell, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.